good to be back on Around the Wickets on ThePapare.com, and I can tell you that we are smiling. And in case you're wondering why we are smiling, it's quite obvious. Sri Lanka have whitewashed Bangladesh 3-0, and it's taken them 44 months to win a bilateral series. Would you believe it? The last time it happened in 2015 in October. But it is a moment to savor. Bangladesh would have been depleted, but that's not Sri Lanka's problem. Sri Lanka was given an opposition, they were given a team, Bangladesh came here, and eventually the final result, a comprehensive 3-0 victory. To talk about it and a little bit more, I got Farveez Maharoof as usual. Welcome to the program, Maha, and your thoughts initially on this 3-0 victory. Obviously comprehensive, but we could go a little bit further.
Yeah, indeed. I thought we were very clinical, and we never let Bangladesh into the game. I mean, bowling, batting, fielding, it's been very clinical performance. I mean, everyone who came in, especially the last game, whoever got a chance, I mean, he just came in and straight away performed. That shows in cricket, momentum once a team gets in, it's important to keep up and not letting the opponents in. So that's exactly what we did, and it's just good to see. I mean, batsmen scoring runs, bowlers taking wickets, and the fielding. I thought we outfielded Bangladesh by far, because Bangladesh renowned for their good fielding. But this too, I thought Bangladesh was found wanted in all departments.
Well, I like to touch on some individual performances, and first and foremost, before I go there, Sri Lanka saw the retirement of two legendary cricketers. Lasith Malinga, whilst playing, Nuwan Kulasekara had obviously stopped playing serious cricket 2 years ago. Both players bidding adieu. Both of them were fantastic. They played well as a combination. You know how well Nuwan Kulasekara and Malinga combined to win many games. Whilst we say well done to Nuwan Kulasekara and thank you for what you have done to Sri Lanka cricket, I'd like to ask you the question. Yes, we did see 2 games without Lasith Malinga, but going forward against tough opposition, have you seen Sri Lanka having the resources, the wherewithal to replace the skill, or you can never replace, let me rephrase, you can never replace Lasith Malinga, but go there and kind of, take over that role, try and bridge the gap. Have you seen anyone?
I think at the moment, the resource what we have, one Pradeep definitely comes into my mind. I mean, he'll be the leader of the pack at least for a couple of years. And good to see Lairu Kumar coming in, and the way he bowled with aggression, with pace, with bounce. I mean, that's what we've been lacking for a while. So I think Lairu Kumar is still raw, still inexperienced, but he'll learn the art more he plays in ODI. So I think those two will be up there, and even Kasun Rajitha. Yesterday he swung the ball. It was good to see. He was trying to pitch it up, trying to take wickets. So those three for me, going forward in fast bowling department, they'll have a bigger say. But in the middle overs, where we were lacking before the World Cup, was wicket takers in the middle overs. And the way Akila Dhananjaya bowled in the last couple of games was really impressive. I mean, I remember we were commentating and we were talking about his action, the variation, the control. I mean, it's a new Akila Dhananjaya was born. So that's a very good sign. So I reckon if you could find 1 or 2 more spin bowlers who could take us wickets in the middle, I think we'll have a formidable bowling unit going forward in any conditions.
Yeah, we can talk a lot in terms of the positives that the Sri Lankan team had during the series, but I think one particular person that stood out was Angelo Mathews. Now, we did see a very different Angelo Mathews. We've seen him in the past to be a bit of a dasher, someone who would come in last 10 overs, would go after the bowling, would look to play the big shot, would look to take on the bowling, but it was very different, isn't it? Yeah. At number 5, he was looking to try and construct an innings, looking to be the building block that the rest of the batting is going to build on. So how do you see that happening, considering the rest of the Sri Lankan batsmen in the top 6?
I think he's the anchor. He's a rock. I mean, number 5. He knows to play the situation. I mean, if we have a good start up front, and he will take that mantle and be positive. But as we saw in the last game, we lost 3 wickets, and he came in, dug deep, and got us to a formidable score. So I think going forward, still he has a big role to play. I mean, I know that he's not getting any younger, but I think at least by the few more years, he will have a big shoes to fill in.
Age is only a number, Maha. He's fit. He wants to play in the 2023
yeah, I mean,
World Cup.
I saw in Russell's interview, I mean, he said his main aim is to play the 2023 World Cup.
Yeah.
But all depends on how his fitness is going to be. We know how badly he was suffering in the last couple of years with injury. So he got to look after himself. And going forward, Angelo at number 5, I think it's a must. I mean, the way he batted. And I mean, around him there are a few youngsters who are doing well for a certain extent. Kusal Mendes, who've been stuck in the struggle during the World Cup, but during this series, I mean, there were some signs that he's coming into form. And Kusal Janit, of course, we know what he can do. So overall, you know, the batting unit looks brilliant at the moment. So it's just a matter of keeping that momentum going forward in any format that we are going to play.
Now, my next question, I want to name it the Selector's Corner. It's a question to a selector. Because, you know, we do know that a selector's job is a thankless one. You know, you could have the highs and the lows, still it's thankless. Now, Sri Lankans were going through a tough time. Many players played. We spoke about players not having continuity. We spoke about all that, you know, issues that cropped up. Now, the shoe is on the other foot because there is a lot of positivity around the team. Now, in the last game, Sri Lanka brought in their bench strength. They put their hands up. Now, tell me your 11. If you're supposed to pick up a team, if you're supposed to pick 11 for a game, say in 2 days or 3 days, a 50-over game, you've seen all 15. What will be your team? Because we have seen some very good performances and it's a positive headache that a selector wouldn't actually mind. Now, you're a selector, so put your selector's hat on.
I reckon, if I take example in Dasun Chanaka's case, you know, he goes as a batting all-rounder, and he came in for Isrudana, and he straight away started doing well. So how I see it, especially in that department, I see a lot of fight with Isrudana, Dasun Chanaka, and ThePapare have not been performing well.
Right. Tell me your 6, top 6.
Top 6 would be the top 5 picks itself. Kusal Perera, Dimuth Karunaratne, Avishka, Kusal Mendes and Angelo.
Right.
Number 6 position, it's still, I mean, it's unfair on Thirimana because last 2 games he played in the World Cup. He scored
You're not
runs.
supposed to sit on the fence. You're supposed to make your opinion and tell me.
Okay, if I say in this way, top 6, at least one bowler got to be bowling at least 5 overs.
Right.
That's my aim.
So who is your 6?
I mean, depends on the conditions. I mean, if it's Asian conditions.
What conditions do you want?
I mean, if it's helpful for the seamers, I'll look into Dasun Chanaka at 6.
Right.
Get 5 overs from him in the middle overs.
Who
Or
would
maybe
be 7 then?
7 would be at the moment with the way we are going. I reckon we got to play if it's foreign conditions. You know, if it's the ball helpful to the fast bowlers, I'll play Isrudana there. And we got Isrudana, then you got Kasun Raditha, the
So Isrudana will be batting as high as number 7 in your 11.
if he has to look into that, and Dhanan Silva.
Okay.
Sorry, Dhanan Silva at 7. Isru at 8. 2 quicks.
Right.
In
9, 10.
probably Nuwan Pradeep and Lairu Kumara or Kasun Raditha.
Akila Dhananjay.
And Akil Dhananjay at 11. That will be my pick going forward.
Right. And these are for what conditions?
I mean, helpful conditions. I mean, still, even though if it's a spin friendly, we still have Vanindu Hasarang in the squad, so we could always bring him in, and we will have ThePapare in case if we need a bowling all round in the middle. So options are there. It all depends on what combination, and also the opponents will matter.
So you're happy with the strength of the Sri Lanka?
Definitely. I mean, 15-man squad what we had during the Bangladesh series, I think it covers all bases.
Right. Now that is as far as the white ball game is concerned. Now the big news coming out is the Test Championship. 9 teams are playing. Sri Lanka has 3 series, home and away. Now lots of people have given it a vote of confidence, you know, and they have said this is a super way of moving forward. What are your thoughts? But when you look at the number of series that teams are playing, I mean, Sri Lanka is supposed to play only 6 or 7, but there are others who are playing 12, 13, 14, I think 13 is the highest. So how do you see that? Because why is Sri Lanka playing less? And is it fair in a Test Championship to have that disparity?
I think, on all fairness, I mean, it's better if you could have more Test matches. But all we can do is we could prove a lot of people wrong by doing well. I mean, starting with the New Zealand series coming up in the middle of this month, I think we could surprise a lot of people if we start doing well, because clearly the momentum is with us. New Zealand is coming back after the World Cup. You know, they haven't played any much competitive cricket, whereas we have played Bangladesh just recently. And we will definitely.
That's white ball. This is going to be red ball.
But still, a lot of players will be part of it. I think Kusal Mendes, Dimuth, Angelo, Kusal Perera, everybody will be part of it. Dhananjay Silva. So I reckon, and Akil Dhananjay, even the way he bowls. So momentum straight away. I mean, in international cricket, you got to play competitive cricket. Straight away going on test match performing is going to be hard. So we got to make sure that we'll take that advantage to our side if we start well, especially in Galle, where he's one of our fortress. So, you know, we could prove a lot of people wrong. And I mean, I'm very happy. It's very good for cricket in overall, because recent past 2020 cricket has taken a step ahead. So I think for me, Test cricket is the pinnacle, and you know, all credit should go to ICC bringing this championship. And I just hope, you know, we could do well and prove a lot of people wrong.
Yeah, talking about positives, I think more positives for me to share with you. Of course, Sri Lanka lost the unofficial test series against South Africa emerging. They did win the one-day series, 1-0, but there have been few standout performances. Right, most runs for Minod Bhanuka. He got 145 runs in 2 games. Lasith Ambuldeniya, as usual in his elements, 18 of 2 matches. Asitha Fernando played in a single match, 5 wickets. And there have been a few others, but these are the noteworthy performances. So, do you see that the supply chain of Sri Lanka cricket is now well fed, and with these cricketers coming through?
Absolutely. I think winning a series, especially in the one-day series, in South Africa, huge achievement, and some of the names you just mentioned, especially Ambuldeniya and Asitha Fernando, I reckon they'll be in contention. I mean, Lasith Ambuldeniya will definitely play for me during the test series. And Asitha Fernando.
Just a question there. Now in Galle, do you think Sri Lanka will go with 3 spinners? Because Akil Dhananjay is an option. Dilruwan will play. Ambuldeniya has to be in the starting 11. Do you think that's an option, or would it be 2+2?
I mean, ideally, I would like to see 2 fast bowlers. I mean, I hate to see one fast bowler playing a test match. It's a big risk that we gamble.
Even with the surface.
I mean, it all depends on how we're going to prepare the wicket. I mean, personally, I would like to see a decent wicket where the first couple of days is good for batting, then slow down and help for the spinner. So, options: 2 fast bowlers, 3 spinners, and Dilruwan Perera batting at 7, or else a gamble, a tough call between Dilruwan or Akil Dhananjay. 2 fast bowlers.
Dilruwan will have to be the man.
So then Akil Dhananjay has to sit out. Ambuldeniya, Dilruwan, and 2 fast bowlers with 7 batsmen for me.
Right, that's where we are in Around the Wickets on ThePapare.com, and we are almost at the end of our show. I just want to remind you that we asked you a question last week. Who are the players to be dismissed as the first and the last wickets in Lasith Malinga's test career? Answer: Darren Lehmann and MS Dhoni. Congratulations to Kumara Gamage. Now, we also want to remind you that you need to subscribe to ThePapare.com. You know why? For all the quality and the latest content. If you're a cricket fan, this is the place to go, ThePapare.com. Make sure that you click that button and subscribe so that you will have enough information coming through to you and you'll be updated. Finally, before I go, I need to ask you a question. The question is, when was the last time? I'm asking you before 2019. Now, this series, the series that just ended, is not taken into consideration. But when was the last time Sri Lanka whitewashed Bangladesh in an ODI series? That's the question for you. I'm sure it's a very easy one. And if you subscribe to ThePapare.com, you can be assured that you'll have all this information and you can find out more. So once again, thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure having you in our company. We'll see you again very soon on Around the Wickets on ThePapare.com. And until we see you again, it's a big goodbye from me and Farveez Maharoof.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. And don't forget to hit the bell icon for our latest content.